All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Lord Business here. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for being here in the video. We always appreciate it. So just to let you guys know, we just picked up a storage area. Kind of a little quiet out here, but picked up a storage unit in my storage area. The manager told me that there was a Lego unit available. Came out, see what was going on with it, and bid it, and pretty much won it on Storage Treasures. Let's take a look what's going on inside. Like I said, we paid quite a bit of money for this storage, but we'll take a look at it and see how we did. All right, guys. So here we are going inside the storage unit right here. Take a look what we got. All right. So like I always tell you guys, there's always ways to find Lego. Okay, always ways to find Legos. You can look on any other platform, eBay, whatnot, Mercari, but sometimes you find some rare in the diamond stuff like this. Sometimes people that don't want any of their Legos go buy stuff from, they leave it in their storage units and they don't pay for it. It's another way of finding really cool stuff, vintage stuff, whatever it is. So, like I said, we're here today, gonna check it out what we bought, okay? So this was on Storage Treasures, okay? So take a look at it. All right, guys, so just another part, didn't film the other parts, but just to let people know, like I said, you never know what you'll find in these auctions, in storages or on eBay or, any and whatnot platform or anything like that. It's because, some people just don't want their stuff, and eventually, you just kind of in the end, just buy, find the good deals out there, you know what I mean? But I think might have cut it off, but the main reason why I bought all this stuff is because the sets have the light kits. The light kits are very expensive. All of the sets with the UCS Helicarrier up there, the Star Destroyer, the Super Star Destroyer, the Death Star, they all have their light kits. The Hogwarts Castle has its light kit. So the Ninjago City, the docks, all three sets all have their sets. There's a UCS Falcon back there. There's a Ghostbusters Funhouse, Firehouse right there. There's the original Minecraft set there. There's that set there. The City Opera House. There's a UCS Falcon with the set. There's a roller coaster. No idea what's on this other set, but a lot of the set is gonna pretty much just disappear. I think I showed this earlier. There's an Ninjago City in here. Diagon Alley's in here. The boat. Stranger Things. There's a lot of stuff that the block again I showed you, the David Bugle, Flintstones. There's a Ninjago City docks over there. Ton of stuff. So there's the NASA spaceship right there. UCS A-Wing, UCS Y-Wing with the light kit. So I can tell you guys, there's always gonna be something, that people want. Nothing is considered junk. Even this gaming computer is probably worth some money. We got a little box of Legos down there. Who knows what's in there? But something is always worth something to someone. Whether it be, trash or whatever it is. Another man's find is another man's treasure, right? Another man's junk is another man's treasure. So, like I said, you'll find whatever you can. Over here is just a box of clothes. It's BB. Looks like this person was fairly well off. There's a lot of cologne. There's makeup everywhere. All this stuff in here. Brand new grape stemmy. All brand new stuff. You can always sell for good money. We got a couple sets down there still, like I showed you guys. Here's the UCS gunship. There's a Palace Theater right there. So overall, I think we did not bad on this storage auction. Like I said, it's my first storage auction that I bought. Like I said, I am really excited to go through it, take a little deep diving into the storage category, and but like I said, we all start somewhere, and eventually we all find our way to our little niche and everything like that. But yeah, it's pretty much it. Hopefully, like I said, it's not too wow, but it's still pretty awesome to find this stuff on a storage. It's very rare to find someone that doesn't want their Legos anymore, that just doesn't care for their Legos or any of their stuff because due to whatever hardship or whatever it is. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. We'll take more videos later. All right, guys, sorry about that. So like I said, this is probably the last of the segment of what you guys see from the storage area. Hey guys, so like I say, it's a lot of work with the opening of these storages, but the real crappy part about all this is all the unloading. So like I said, it's just not easy as everyone thinks it is, as You know, luckily I have Christian helping me here, you know, unload these things. But you know, like I tell everyone, it's not very easy. You know, yeah, the easy part is spending the money, you know, buying the money, whatever it is. But the other part is you got to dispose of all this stuff, right? So you make sure everything has to be shipped out. Yeah, it looks pretty, and you know, in everyone's collections and stuff like that. But you know, in the end of the day, this is not even a quarter of what was in there. So a lot of this stuff, like I said, first you gotta unload it, pack it up, unload it, and then you gotta clean it all up because you gotta make sure it's not dirty for all you guys. Clean it all up, make sure a lot of it's 99% complete or not. And then after that, you gotta, you know, sell it, and you gotta find the buyers for it. So yeah, it's cool. Like I tell everyone else, you know, it's cool seeing all this stuff, you know, but in the end, it's always for sale. So, all right, keep checking out more follow-ups and updates after this. That's pretty much the end of the segment, buying from a storage. Like I said, you guys never know what you'll find. All right, like I said, keep it up there. Keep the hard work, guys. Don't work too hard. Search for those deals. Those deals are out there. All right. Thank you guys for everything. I love you guys. Thank you. I'll see you online soon on Whatnot. Peace.